Okay, we're going to be looking at a standard GI infantry impression for the time period portrayed in March on Rome in Italy, 44 area. We're going to look at some of the equipment first, starting with the M1 helmet. This is a fixed bale M1 helmet where the bales are welded to the helmet. Later models have a swivel bale. Those weren't released until late in 44, so they weren't even around at the time period. Ethan, go ahead and take your helmet off for me. This is the style liner that we're going to be looking for. This is a standard mid-war Westinghouse setup liner with the green A washers. This is the model you're going to be looking for. There's a lot of other models. Post-war models have green webbing. Those can be re-webbed. They're identical in design. This was actually a post-war model that was re-webbed. Vietnam liners can also be re-webbed. The ones with the green interiors are not something we really want to see. This is something that, one of those details you'd like to improve on your impression. Okay, he's wearing the standard M37 wool uniform. This is the enlisted shirt. The officer model is going to have epaulets on the shoulders, and the pockets sometimes are more scalloped. He's wearing the standard M37 wool trousers. We've also got the standard cartridge belt. Inside he would store the M blocks for his M1 Garand or his Springfield rifle. Either one was used by the 36th Infantry Division. This is the standard canteen cover. You're going to see variations in the canteens. Some are steel, some are aluminum, some have aluminum tops, some are Bakelite. This is a Bakelite model. All of them are acceptable. If you turn to the side, underneath his arm right here, we've got his Carlisle bandage pouch. Troops used to store all kinds of different things in these besides a bandage, so we have to have one of those as well. We also have the M28 haversack with this is set up as a field marching pack, so he's got his bedroll and everything tied to the top with his guy lines. This is the meat can pouch where his mess kit would have been stored and the utensils. He's got tent pegs stored in it right now. This is the T-handle model entrenching tool. This would have been the most common. The folding models were coming out around 44, so those are also acceptable. Let's go around this way. He's also got another canteen over on the side. The hot climate in Italy, a lot of the troops were, it was common for them to carry two canteens. We'll also move down and look at the leggings. He's got the M37 dismounted leggings, and he's also wearing the rough out model service shoe. These differ from the earlier model because the earlier model has cap toes like the ones I'm wearing. Both models are correct. The earlier models, they're good. Both of them are good throughout the war. The rough out started showing up around 43, so either model will be correct. One thing about the rough out model that he's wearing, the boots need to be dubbed. They were never left raw, because when they're raw they're going to be a really light tan color. The troops had to waterproof these on their own. Something we'll notice on the helmet, he's got the 36th Infantry Division T-patch painted on the helmet. This is something that ends up, we did research, this didn't show up until later on in the war, around the time when they were in France. Not a super common thing to see. So it's actually more correct if you don't have any insignia painted on your helmet like the one that I'm wearing. It's one of the good things about the hobby with research. You can make your impression better and better. So we kind of strive to improve as we go. Take a look at the two types of ammunition. This is an M-block clip for the M1 Garand. They fit in the cartridge belt. These are two clips for the Springfield rifle. Good cartridge belts are always going to have that internal divider snap. Also something to look for is the size of the eyelets on the bottom. Cheaper made belts those are going to be smaller and they tend to blow out really easily. So, okay, here we see the standard issue M1 Garand rifle. Got the blank adapter on here. This is the what they call a Hollywood or a Pops blank adapter. This is one of the better models because it's not as identifiable as a blank adapter from far away. They call it the Hollywood blank adapter because they use them in films because it looks more realistic on the rifle. Kind of a pricey one, but a good one to have. The sling, you're also not going to, a lot of people like to see the green cotton slings. Those are not going to be as popular. They were just starting to come out around the 44 era. So we're looking for a good leather sling. It's either got steel keepers or brass keepers. Either one will work. Make sure the slings are well oiled. take care of them. On your rifle, this one doesn't have the lock bar sights. Earlier model rifles will have what they call a lock bar sight. Either one would be correct. Okay, we're going to look at the safety on the M1 Garand rifle. While we're out doing a tactical and we're in the field, we generally are going to have safety on the rifle. Safety is located right here. Safety is on this rifle right now because the side of it is back towards the trigger. To turn the safety off, you can just flick your finger forward, and now it's ready to fire. Typically when we're in the field, we're going to have safety on until our officers tell us to do otherwise. Make sure whenever you're loading the rifle that it's all the way back. If not, you'll get what you call M1 thumb. Hold it back right here, because when you push this down, the slide is going to start going forward. When you hear it click, you can let it go. And we still have safety on.